Let's talk about the plans for this account and what exactly I mean by a 1 defense limit main. Normally a 1 defense account is strictly made to PvP with, and they are usually made by someone who already has a main account. Unlike me, I do not have a main account. Back when I played RuneScape in 06 and 07, I did have a main account, and at one point I did make a pure. That pure account got so beefy though, it eventually became my main. I mainly PvP'd on that account, and then after a while, after 2007 happened, where the PvP scene just dropped, I made it my main basically. At first it was 1 defense at one point, and then I became a Zerker, and then eventually it just became a whole out main, and I played that account forever. Unfortunately, I don't have that account anymore. So this time around, instead of building up a main first, I'm just gonna go straight into making a pure account. But on the flip side, I'm going to mostly PVM with the account, and every so often I'll go PKing, here and there. It honestly depends on how I feel. I really like this game more for the PVM than for the PvP content, but rest assured I will be PvPing on this account. Otherwise, I might as well just make a main, right? But that's not the point of this. It's a limit account, 1 defense. That's the goal. Not really the goal. I already achieved 1 defense. Everybody achieves 1 defense, but you get what I mean. That's the limit. The early grind was. Let's talk about the early grind, because obviously this is the one of my 3rd videos or something like that of the account, but this is more of an introductory base, so I'm just gonna throw it out there. The early grind was difficult a little bit due to the fact that I didn't have any starting cash, because like I said, this is a brand new account. I haven't played this game in maybe a few years. I lost access to all my other accounts. I don't know any of the passwords, whatever the case is. But with that said, the problem wasn't really too much of a problem in the beginning, because you don't really need that much starting cash to enjoy this game. I did start off in free to play, which was not so bad, but after a while, I got my stats up. I think I got about 400 total level before switching to pay to play. I'd also like to note that I did most of the free to play quests just for the hell of it. I do plan to eventually do all the quests in the game that don't require getting any defense experience, possibly prayer experience as well. It honestly depends on what quests what quests those are. If I don't want to overexceed a certain prayer level. I don't want to get close to smite level prayer just yet. Maybe up to at least Eagle Eye, whatever the highest or the 2nd highest range prayer is. So any quests that help me get up that high, anything over that I would not do. So I will prioritize doing prayer quests that don't give defense experience, mind you, over burying bones. And then once I complete all those quests, I'll bury bones. I just want to be able to maximize the amount of potential and content that I can do on this 1 defense limit main. That's the point of it. As for the members start, when I started members, about a week ago I did that, but I think I had a solid plan at first. I needed to make some gold, because I had some goals in mind, and I started off thieving, thinking that later on pickpocketing master farmers would be some very serious, easy money making. But I soon found out that I need an RD Cloak 3, which requires, I think, Heart Diaries. I wanted to pickpocket massive farmers. I don't know if I said that already, but you need, in order for you to be actually really good, I don't necessarily think I need an RD Cloak 3 even at that high, but I know that the fail rate will never go away unless I have that cloak, which kind of turned me off. I could potentially still try it without the cloak and see if I can get some easy cash that way, but I decided to go a different direction, and I found out that I can complete or do blast furnace, right? I read that you can make upwards to 700k an hour smithing steel bars. Unfortunately, the guide that I was looking at said that at the time. It was the wiki guide on the RuneScape wiki, and then like I started mining and I was getting so close to that coal bag, I reread it and it like updated, and it brought down the total profit per hour to 350k an hour, and I was like, that's unfortunate. Okay, so what do I do now? So I was already, mining, and I got the coal bag already at that point, and I said, screw it, let's do this for a little bit. I noticed that mithril bars can be upwards to 500k or more an hour, so I said, that's good enough for now. I'm only like level 40 at this point, and 500k an hour is actually pretty good for level 40 in my opinion, that doesn't have very much access to a lot of the content because of the one defense. And a lot of money making is very difficult for pures. I have to say, I do remember somewhat like that in back in the day too. There are definitely a lot more money making methods now than they were 10 years ago, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, 500k an hour. I did that about like until I made around 2 mil. I went back and forth. I would make bars, buy a cannon, buy like a couple K cannonballs, do that, and kill some things. And I kind of did that the wrong way. I think I should have used cannonballs instead of like on ogres or something, because pures, they just want to get like the most out of their time and their experience and stuff like that. And they want to get their stats up as fast as possible. Me, on the other hand, I want to get up my stats as fast as possible, but also efficiently too. And a lot of the times, most pures don't do it efficiently. They just kill any random thing, rock crabs, sand crabs, the big crabs on that dinosaur island thing, whatever it is. And that to me is just kind of a waste. For me, I think like a main, right? You want to think like a main. So how else can I, benefit from using cannonballs? Slayer, of course, right? Slayer, you want to do Slayer. And I thought, it would be really easy and beneficial to get Slayer up at the same time while using my cannonballs to get my range up. And I thought, 50 Slayer would be like a good goal in mind, because that will unlock broad bolts for me, right? So instead of using mithril, which is actually cost more than broad bolts, mithril bolts, I would use broad bolts, and broad bolts in fact is the equivalent of adamant bolts, which is like 5 times the price of broad bolts. So yeah, of course I'm gonna get 50 Slayer. Like that's like, why wouldn't I, right? It saves money. I get a better item from it, and that's what I started doing, and that's what I've been doing for the last day or whatever before making this video. I haven't gotten 50 Slayer yet. I think I'm around 43. I'll post the stats here in a second, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I've been doing, or as of right now. Some of the future plans that I have is it troubles me, because this can be done in kind of in any order, or as I progress, as I go on, but these goals are 72 agility is one of them. The reason why I picked that specific number is because I believe it is the number, the agility level that you need to use the blue dragon shortcut to farm blue dragons super efficiently. Because I honestly plan to range from around when I get when I get 50 Slayer and get the broad bolts, I'll start ranging blue dragons. But yeah, I figured doing that is about 500k an hour, plus I'm getting a bunch of range experience at the same time, and I figure I could probably do that till around 80-85 range, and then maybe have enough gold made by the time I hit that level to buy enough chins for at least 95 range. Possibly. I'm hoping that that's the case, at least. Obviously there's gonna be a lot of there's gonna be more things involved between that, because I'm not just gonna go from 70 to 85 range killing blue dragons nonstop. That's just way too much. I can't do that. My mind and my focus ability is not that good. So obviously I might range dragons for like 3 days, or not 3 days, 3 hours. Yeah, 3 days. Crazy. About 3 hours at a time, maybe do something else, a quest here and there. I do plan on getting, like I said, the prayer levels through questing, so I'll probably do that, incorporate that in between things. And it's possible that I might actually even, start getting my mage up at the same time, like around that, and maybe get around, I don't know, whatever is a good idea for a mage level, because I know that you can use, as a pure, you can use like ancient magics in the fight caves, like blood barrage and whatever the blood spells are, to gain your health back. And I always thought like that was a good idea, and possibly I might do desert treasure at one point, so I can have access to those spells, as well as do fight caves eventually when I get higher ranged. Probably before I start chinning, maybe after I start chinning, because it would be a lot easier to do fight caves at like 90 plus range than at 75 plus range, if you get what I mean. So it's possible that I'll just do that. I do plan, that is the goal that I have in mind right now, is the fire cape. That is my goal, like the long-term goal, I guess you would say. Short-term goal would be 72 agility, and I know that sounds really long-term goal, but like that is like not, that's easily doable, and it's not like 72 agility. You feel me? It's not exciting, but well, that's pretty much it, for now, right? So that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm doing, at least for the past 2 weeks or so, since I started this account. Now, I do want to mention that this account is over a year old. I just never played it. When I started it a couple weeks ago, it had some stats on it, but like it really was really nothing. Like I could have got those stats like very easily if I started a new account right there and then. I just had the account. It was linked to my current email address. I go through so many email addresses. That's why I don't have access to my old accounts, because I forgot all my email addresses. I gotta do better on that. But anyway, I think it's gonna be, I think it's going well so far, and I'm excited to progress more. So, if you want to continue receiving updates like this on this account specifically, or if you want to see a different account, or even, just throw suggestions at me, like what interests you. Talk to me in the comment section, and on YouTube. If you want, you can jump into my stream anytime you like and chat with me live there. I do not have a set schedule. I'm trying to like make one. It's hard for me right now, but I do try to get on almost every day for at least 2 hours, 3 hours. But like, when I do actually, set time to play, I usually play for like a good 6 to 8 hours, especially on stream, when I stream it. So I hope to catch me there. If you do want to talk to me live, yeah, you can do that. And basically, with all that said, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the scape. Peace.